AP News is reporting that Saudi Arabia put 81 people to death in its largest mass execution. 81 people. So they say United Arab Emirates, this is from the United Arab Emirates, they're saying Saudi Arabia on Saturday executed 81 people convicted of crimes ranging from killings to belonging to militant groups, the largest known mass execution carried out in the kingdom in its modern history. The number of executed surpassed even the toll of a January 1980 mass execution for the 63 militants convicted of seizing the Grand Mosque in Mecca in 1979, the worst ever militant attack to target the kingdom and Islam's holiest site. It wasn't clear why the kingdom chose Saturday for the executions, though they came as much of the world's attention, remained focused on Russia's war on Ukraine, and as the U.S. hopes to lower record-high gasoline prices as energy prices spike worldwide. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson reportedly plans a trip to Saudi Arabia next week over oil prices as well. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The number of death penalty cases being carried out in Saudi Arabia had dropped during the coronavirus pandemic, though the kingdom continued to behead convicts under King Salman and his assertive son, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. So I'm sure, because I'm told that the West cares deeply about freedom, democracy, human rights, justice, I'm sure that we're now going to roll out a whole list of sanctions that are going to be unleashed on Saudi Arabia for what they did here. Right? Ew, right. The opposite is true. We're not going to do anything at all. Oh, man. Now, this article also might not be telling the whole truth as well, because let me share this thread with you. So Ahmed says the following. List of protesters and activists executed today by the foreign-backed Saudi MBS and his clan. This is Hussein Ahmed al-Ojami. That's a picture of him right there. And he goes through a whole list here, man. All these people, protesters and activists who were allegedly part of the killing. Now, by the way, I should also say that we'll probably mention this in the article already, but they behead people. So these people were beheaded. This is incredible. They were beheaded in the year 2022. Protesters and activists among them. Rest in peace to all these people, all the innocent journalists and activists who were killed by Saudi Arabia. We know, based on previous reporting, they also kill people, behead people for sorcery, witchcraft, apostasy. They have a list of stuff that aren't crimes, that they consider crimes, that they behead people for. Make no mistake about it, guys. This is MBS flexing on the West. That's what he's doing here. He's spitting in the West side. And this all dates back to 2015 when Obama was supposed to meet with MBS, but he called it off for some human rights-related reason, I think. And MBS then took a meeting with Putin instead. And so, from the perspective of MBS, he thinks, look, Vladimir Putin's going to be in power for maybe a decade or more to come. Well, whoever the U.S. president is limited. They have 4 years or 8 years maximum. So why would I form a solid alliance with the West and continue that alliance when I could just, team up with another strongman in Russia? That's part of the thinking here. The other part of the thinking is to say, I wear the pants in this relationship, you don't. You need me more than I need you. So basically saying to the West, like, you guys need my oil, and I don't even really need your weapons. If you guys cut off weapons, I can just go to Russia and get weapons from them. Or China or whoever. So he's trying to say, I own you guys. There's never been a better time to do what we've talked about a number of times, which is, number one, nationalize the oil industry in the U.S. Why? Right now, we are the number one oil and gas producer, but we export that because it's not our oil and gas. It's the oil and gas of Exxon and Chevron and other big oil companies. If we nationalize the oil industry, we can choose to use our oil domestically. And if we're the number one producer of oil and gas, and we can use it domestically and not be relying on anybody else, not even relying on Mexico and Canada. So that's one thing you could do. Another thing you could do is, for the love of God, do a Green New Deal, get renewable technology, green technology, wind, solar, geothermal, thorium, whatever. Do all the research you need to do all the development you need to do, so that we no longer have to rely on oil and gas at all, period, because we're eventually have to get off it anyway because of climate change. But if we don't take this moment as an opportunity to do that, then it's a wasted moment. And my guess is we're not going to nationalize the oil industry, and we're not going to go down the path of a Green New Deal. So it's just a totally wasted moment. And we're in bed with authoritarian dictator strongmen psychopaths as a result of that, and it's not even going to lead to a change. Well, this is what we're looking at now. 81 beheadings, including protesters and activists, and it's for him to spit in our eye and say, You don't control me, I control you. These are my values. These are our values. And you don't like it, go kick rocks. And right after this, Boris Johnson, and in the spring it's supposed to be Biden too, are going to go kiss his ring and say, please give us more oil. A disgusting state of affairs. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.